Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the Gospel of Mark, chapter 4, to explore some of Jesus' most insightful parables about the kingdom of God. It's fascinating how he used simple, everyday stories to explain profound spiritual truths. First, let's look at what's often called the parable of the growing seed in verses 26 to 29. Jesus says the kingdom of God is like a man who scatters seed on the ground. He goes to sleep, gets up night and day, and the seed sprouts and grows, though he does not know how. The earth produces by itself, first the stalk, then the head, then the full grain in the head. And when the grain is ripe, he immediately puts in the sickle, because the harvest has come. What's amazing about this is the emphasis on God's role. The farmer plants the seed, but the growth is a mysterious, divine process. He can't force it or even fully understand it. This teaches us about trust and patience. We are called to sow the seeds of faith and love, but we must trust God with the results and the timing. We do our part and God does His. We don't have to stress about the how, we just need to be faithful in the what. Right after this, Jesus tells the parable of the mustard seed. He asks, "With what can we compare the kingdom of God, or what parable shall we use for it?" He says it's like a mustard seed, which, when sown, is the smallest of all seeds on earth. Yet when it is sown, it grows up and becomes larger than all the garden plants and puts out large branches, so that the birds of the air can make nests in its shade. This is all about potential and perspective. The kingdom of God might start small and seem insignificant, maybe just a small act of kindness, a quiet prayer, or a handful of believers. But with God's power, it grows into something massive and life-giving, providing shelter and refuge for many. It reminds us never to underestimate the small beginnings, whether in our own lives, our communities, or the world. A tiny seed of faith can grow into a mighty tree. So, what do these parables teach us about living in the kingdom? They teach us to faithfully do our part, to sow the seed, but to release the outcome to God, trusting in His mysterious work. They encourage us to be patient and not to despise small beginnings, because God can bring extraordinary growth from the most humble starts. It's a beautiful picture of partnership with God. We plant and water, but He gives the increase. I hope this gives you some encouragement today. Let's try to be faithful sowers, trusting in the incredible power of our great God. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe,